Hi everyone, welcome to Bad Deadly. I'm Chris King.
I'm Alexander Boyd.
Today we're having a film rundown. We're going to run on the biggest movie topics of the week. And we're going to jump right into it. We have several different topics for you guys. So make sure you comment below. You share this video with your friends and stuff. Let us know your opinions, your thoughts, everything you're looking forward to. So let's get into it. Number one, Shazam. The Rock is commenting, just made another comment in an interview about the Shazam movie, his role as Black Adam and stuff. I didn't really necessarily get the whole quote and stuff, but the biggest thing that I pulled from it was that confirmation that Shazam is in the DCU.
Yeah. So one of the comments he made was that Black Adam will be fighting against real people in the DC universe. So I thought that was cool. So I mean, the spoiler here, which is kind of obvious though, is that Black Adam doesn't die, I guess. See, that's been a problem. I guess we should talk about that in the end too. Yeah. It's about this whole news thing. Yeah. Okay, well, so Black Adam being in the DC universe, awesome. I wanted this to happen. I do like that they have their own tone. They made sure to say that. I don't know why it's not under the DC banner. I guess it will be. I don't know. It's made by New Line Cinema. So I don't know what's happening there. For some reason, Shazam's like the slowest moving movie out of all these. So I like it. I think it's cool. Your thoughts on it?
Okay, let's start with the movie, Shazam. Shazam is slated for, I think, 2019. Why are we hearing about this movie in 2015? It's beyond me. That's part of the problem we'll get into at the end because we have so much superhero news to talk about today. We always do, like every week. But I don't want to hear about this movie today. I really, really don't. It gives me, well, at least I don't really mind for this movie because I don't necessarily am looking forward to this movie. Because of the whole, like, we're trying to take a lighthearted approach about it, you know? I'm sorry. I was a big fan of the whole DC no jokes kind of thing. That's just, I want that separation between DC and Marvel. Because people are we're going to talk about comments made, right? Complaining about the superhero movies. I don't have a problem with superhero movies as long as you can kind of separate them. You separate them by Fox and Sony and Marvel and DC. And we can get different aspects of this whole superhero culture. Yeah. You know, if you have them all, where they're all the exact same kind of thing, same cliches, same tropes, same scripts and stuff, that's where it gets really repetitive for me. So I want this kind of stuff to be separated more. So Shazam, it's way too early to hear about it. As far as Shazam being in the DCU, I was okay with it, again, before.
Whoa. You didn't state that Shazam will be, isn't it that Black Adam will be?
Well, either way, it just means that it's connected to the DCU. So that's a good point.
Okay. So wait, let me just jump in here and skip one of the news that we're going to talk about later. Sure. Let's throw in an early, which is a Jason Momoa picture. Before we talk about what we feel, how I feel about it, the thing is, in the poster itself, it says Unite the Seven. We already have 7 characters without Shazam. In the DC universe. So what is this? Unite the 8 now?
So who are you counting? We have Batman,
so Superman. We have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Green Lantern.
Well, Green Lantern isn't. I mean, well, he's what, 2020?
Yeah, way in the end.
Well, the thing is that's after the Justice League. So could it be that there's a member before that? It could be Shazam. No, but he's 2019. So I don't know. Is that it? Are we missing someone else? I think we're missing someone else.
I'm assuming that probably Cyborg is not. Oh, interesting.
Batman,
Speculative spoilers. Maybe Cyborg is not in Justice League. He probably starts off the Teen Titans. And then we have the 7 there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so again, we're going to find out. But again, the problem goes back to this is way too early to be talking about Shazam and stuff. But I did want to talk about the whole fact that, yeah, it is now in the DCU. So whether or not we see Shazam in the movie, I don't know. Black Adam coming into Justice League as a kind of side villain, I'm okay with that, I guess. I just don't want to... I don't want him to be over the top, corny, and cheesy. That's what I'm afraid of, you know? So
you want to keep the no jokes?
I want to keep the no jokes. Just to be honest, I don't know.
Well, since we talked about it already, I guess we should just talk about the Momoa picture.
Yeah. Let's talk about Zack Snyder tweeting out that image like at 11 o'clock p.m., which is crazy. You know, just out of the blue. No pun intended. Just out of the blue, drops an Aquaman picture of Jason Momoa.
Okay, so as you guys may know, I am a Game of Thrones fan. So it's nice seeing Khal Drogo back with his tattoos, with his hair, his beard, looking awesome.
Freaking Khal Drogo with his Conan.
Yes. He is super tatted. I guess he doesn't have real scales, so he has the tattoos of scales. I'm for it. He has a bit of armor. He looks like that old Aquaman, the one with the hook hand.
Yes.
This one he has both hands, I'm assuming, because he was holding a trident.
Yes.
So there's a trident. The trident actually looks pretty cool. And on the image itself, it says Unite the Seven. Of course, it makes me think of Seven Seas, but obviously the DC heroes, all the Justice League characters. So there are 7 of them, if you don't count Shazam, which now is a problem. I like the image itself. He didn't dye his hair, which is not really a problem. No. He has the streaks, so I guess he's a fan of Backstreet Boys. So that's about it. I like the picture a lot. I thought it was cool. Your thoughts?
I mean, I said it from day one. I've loved the casting. The casting was perfect because the big kind of joke about the Justice League is Aquaman. He's the big joke of the comic world. So you needed someone who was you will not question as a badass.
Okay, you will not mess with him.
No, not at all. Not as a person, not as an actor, nothing like that. He is a good actor. He is a badass as a person. So I love it. I love the look. As you said, it was very like pre-New 52. The Aquaman that had the long hair, the beard, and the hook hand. So dope. I love that look. I hope he loses his hand at some point, which would be awesome. I want to touch on something real quick. Is the whole race of Aquaman, because some people are complaining that he doesn't have blonde hair. Well, obviously, you're not going to put blonde hair on Jason Momoa. It's going to look ridiculous. But I like that they got someone of a different ethnicity to portray. And actually, it makes sense, because he's Polynesian, and he has that background, which makes more sense than getting a white, blonde Aquaman to be played in this modern universe. It makes no sense. Yeah. So, we're going to touch about this whole race kind of thing later on, because I'm totally fine with it. I prefer it than what we're gonna see later on, right? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna get there. This would be, I guess, number 3 then now. Nightcrawler in X-Men Apocalypse. Just got cast. I can't remember the actor's name. I don't really care, but Nightcrawler's back.
Yeah, I missed Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's actually my favorite part of X-Men 2, and then 3 is like, what happened to him? He's gone. He just disappeared. Mm-hmm. And moved somewhere else.
Yeah.
I like it. I like him. I'm for it. That kid, he's strange looking. I like him. He works for a good Nightcrawler. He's like a skinny face, so it works perfectly. He could have even been the young Joker in Gotham. Like, this kid has that face. He has that face. So I like him. Yeah. I like him for Nightcrawler. Your thoughts on it?
I love it. Nightcrawler is my second favorite X-Men, right after Wolverine. And I love Nightcrawler. I mean, I want to see him. No, Gambit's up there. Gambit's definitely up there. But no, actually, my second favorite has always been Nightcrawler. I want to see him with his saber. I want to see that kind of Nightcrawler because although I loved Nightcrawler in X-Men 2, that wasn't the Nightcrawler that I knew. I want to see him in his black and red outfit with the saber and that kind of really curly hair that he has and stuff. I think this guy looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
So I want to see that. I want to see them kind of kind of put Nightcrawler in the front. So I'm excited just to get Nightcrawler back. Is awesome. As you know, like in First Class, right? We had Azazel, and that's his father from a weird, twisted connection with Mystique and stuff. So maybe some illusion there, whatever. But I'm really dope. Neil Blomkamp has just announced, confirmed, he is directing the next Alien movie.
So this is huge news. Okay, Neil Blomkamp made District 9. I saw a short film before I saw District 9, before I even knew what District 9 was or was going to be. Like, I saw this short film out of nowhere. I watch a lot of weird short films because I'm just strange. So I was a fan of him from the beginning. I thought that was a really cool short film. It looked like a trailer in a sense. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's what they gave him, District 9. And then, so he created this world, this sci-fi world, and then from there, he went on and made Elysium, which didn't do well for me. But you could still feel that world. Okay, then third, he's making Chappie. And Chappie sounds like fun. It looks like fun. It looks interesting. It reminds me of Short Circuit. I think people have been saying that. It also reminds me of AI for some reason. I like it. It looks cool. Probably even iRobot. So him directing Aliens is obviously a passion project for him because he made these concept art. And it looks awesome. He's obviously in love with Ripley, so he's going to bring that back. He's ignoring Alien 3, ignoring, what was the other one, Resurrection? I was confused with the name of the games. I think it was Isolation. So, I'm so for this. I'm so excited for this. Hopefully he does not make this one political, because I don't think politics and Alien works in this one. I don't know. I don't know what he'll do with it, but it looks awesome. This is the right guy for it. I am so for this.
You hit on a lot of good points. First point is that since District 9, his films have gotten progressively worse. And I didn't see Elysium, but I knew from the moment I saw that this is going to be a step back from District 9. Why? Because it was very much the same kind of thing. Not a big fan of Matt Damon. But either way, the concept of it was just very like, it's the same kind of a thing. It felt like it could coexist in the same world. And I thought District 9 was a nice way to just wrap it up. However, this is a guy that right after District 9, we were saying this guy should be directing Transformers. So to see him actually going to do Alien is so dope. I'm really excited. I should preface this by saying, right, although these movies are getting progressively worse, I'm saying now Chappie's going to be worse than Elysium. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to tell. The concept just makes no sense.
Well, they got super good actors like Die Antwoord.
Oh my, like why? It's very sellout, right? Like getting a Antwoord there, Ninja, and all that kind of stuff. I thought we talked about that before. Pretty crazy. Anyway, and also I think Cara Delevingne is in there. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Hugh Jackman's in it.
Oh, really?
The bad guy.
So like to get all that kind of stuff, I'm not really sure. But again, this was the guy we wanted directing Transformers. Why? Because District 9 was that good. This guy can make another 2 bad movies that I won't see, but I still want this guy to direct.
I'm gonna watch Chappie.
I'm not gonna watch Chappie, but I will listen to your review of it. So no, he can still do again 2 more bad movies. I don't care. District 9 was that good. It was a masterpiece. Not one of the best movies ever, but a masterpiece of an indie film that had a lot of political commentary on it. But another good point that you brought up, I don't want to see any of that in
Aliens.
I don't want to have any of that kind of like satire and commentary behind it, because that's not what Alien is about. Alien is just about, it should be a horror movie.
It's a horror movie with
sci-fi
somebody
movie
with mommy issues. Do you think that this will be like tie into Prometheus, or would it just be a new?
You brought up a good point, that it's not following the canon of Alien 3 or 4, but you have a lot of ground to make up.
Well, Prometheus is kind of like a prequel,
right? And Prometheus is a prequel, but Prometheus wasn't well received.
That's true.
So I've heard for a long time that they were working on a Prometheus sequel. I think that they're scrapping that in favor of this. So I'm gonna say no, because I'm not really sure what Prometheus really brought to the table in the first place. It kind of felt like its own movie.
It did.
So
before we even move on, did you watch Edge of Tomorrow?
Edge of Tomorrow?
Edge of
Oh,
Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. No.
Okay. Well, Edge of Tomorrow is another really good sci-fi
Tom
movie.
Cruise, right?
So if this guy, the guy who directed Edge of Tomorrow, was involved in this, that would be awesome too. Like if we got the same writers, I think the director is awesome, so he probably makes a sequel to this Alien. I don't know. Just this could be a new franchise.
Great screenwriter to do this.
Yeah, this would be a good franchise. Like it could be cool.
Yeah, it could be really good. Let's go back to the superhero stuff for a moment. Jared Leto commenting on his Joker role. I was excited to see this because, as mentioned before, the day before Zack Snyder tweeted the Aquaman image, I was looking for Batman v Superman kind of news, which I typically don't want to do because I don't want to be spoiled at all. But it's just this movie has gone silent for a very long time, So Jared Leto comes out and he's talking about his Suicide Squad role, right, as a Joker. He mentions 3 things. One being that he said that at the Oscars, it's the last time you're going to see him with his long hair.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty happy about. I've never seen a Joker with long hair. I even thought that Heath Ledger was kind of a risk because Joker never really had hair like that, but it worked out very well. So I'm assuming he's going to go for like a really clean kind of cut with probably a little spiky kind of curled hair, whatever. I'm not really sure. I think he's going to look a lot like The Killing Joke.
I like Joker.
I think he's going to look a lot like that. Although I always said he could have been a really good Riddler from Batman Beyond.
Will he be wearing the Hawaiian shirt? Because I want him to wear the Hawaiian shirt.
That'd be crazy. I love that outfit in Injustice you can get. So it'll be interesting. Red Hood thing would be really cool. I just thought of that. Anyway, so he's chopping off his hair. He is gaining weight. Yeah. So he said he's going to be eating a lot more. We don't really talk about this kind of pre-stuff, but it's really interesting to see what is this Joker going to look like, right? So he said he's going to gain weight. We're not going to see a buff Joker, of course. But I think that he's going to be kind of lean. He's probably going to want to have to fill out a coat very well because Jared Leto is typically very slim, so maybe wants to pack off some weight.
Jared Leto's like slim tone. Like every time that I've seen him, I didn't pay attention to his look in Dallas Buyers Club. Like
Well, he's
there, he was,
anorexic in there.
yeah, he was super skinny there. But his normal look, I think, could fit the Joker, and probably he's a little too big for the Joker.
I didn't think he had to gain weight, so it's interesting that he's going to. I mean, maybe I guess Joker's gonna do some fighting. I guess a little bit of it at least, you know. So it'll be interesting to see at least.
I don't want to see a topless Joker.
No, yeah, I don't want to see like his arms or anything like that. Like it's just gonna be kind of weird. So we'll see. But the last thing he comments on is as far as the Joker, the character himself, is he mentions that he says that he's seeing it very Shakespearean, and he calls him a beautiful disaster. So what do you think about those comments?
I think that sounds pretty. He did have a song called Beautiful Lie. There was something else too that sounded similar to that. This is Jared Leto speaking Jared Leto words as Jared Leto because he's Jared Leto. Because I'm just going to keep saying Jared Leto because Jared Leto. But no, okay, no, I don't care. I don't care. Joker is just a maniac. That's what I want to see. I want to see this guy just chaos, that he's truly in love with Batman, but nobody wants to admit it. He's in love with Batman, okay? I'm so convinced. Okay. Beautiful disaster. What does that even mean? Okay, it's nice trash.
Sounds like a rock song from the 90s. Anyway, yeah, I really dislike those comments because it means that he's approaching it as a kind of theatrical kind of character, and that's not. I mean, the Joker is theatrical. He's very theatrical, right? Yeah. He's very over the top, but it doesn't go as deep as he's a beautiful disaster, because that implies that there's some sort of good in Joker, and Joker is not good. He's a hurricane. He is chaos, like off the hinges. You know, he doesn't even have a motive. That's the thing about the Joker. Like, he doesn't have a motive. He doesn't have an objective. He just wants to, you know, kind of spin Gotham City. Yeah. Start off with he just wants to cause chaos. Well, actually, when he was well into the comics, because in the beginning he kind of was just a regular bad guy. Yeah. When he actually came out as the real Joker, it's just a guy who just wants to cause trouble, and then this bad guy just keeps bugging him. Yes. Like, it's like, get out of my way, bad guy, I just want to cause mayhem. So that's how it started off, and then it became a love thing. Because it's such a love thing, okay? Scott Snyder, guys, read Scott Snyder's books. It is obviously a romance. Okay, so anyways, I'm for this. I like Jared Leto. I think he's a good actor. I think he could play the hell out of this role. Yes. And I guess I just have to ignore his words until we see it. Until we see it, I'm sure he'll kick ass. I'm for this. Yeah. I'm excited too. Indiana Jones reboots. We've been talking about this for weeks now at this point, obviously ever since Guardians of the Galaxy, because we're talking about Chris Pratt. Now there's reports saying that Spielberg is in fact interested in directing the movie, and more importantly, directing Pratt in this Indiana Jones reboot. So, one of the quick thoughts on this whole Spielberg Pratt thing, and then does Indiana Jones, should that be rebooted? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Spielberg coming back for it, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. And as for Chris Pratt, I could see it. He needs to be charming. He needs to be edgy. We've seen Chris Pratt kind of be like the hardcore guy. If you guys actually are looking into the Jurassic World, he kind of seems like a serious business kind of guy. We saw the jokester, kind of an asshole in Guardians of the Galaxy. We've seen him as just this complete dork in Parks and Rec. Mm-hmm. So he obviously has range, and I'm for it. I think it could work. For me, it was either Chris Pratt or Bradley Cooper. I think that Bradley Cooper could have been a good Indiana Jones. So before I even move on to the should it be rebooted, so your thoughts on Chris Pratt? Chris Pratt and Spielberg. With Spielberg, I think it could be awesome. Mm-hmm. You know, do I actually believe Spielberg is going to come back to do Indiana Jones? No, not really. Do you think he'll produce it? I think he'll produce it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, he produces every movie. I think Spielberg has a lot more other projects that he wants to do. At this point, he doesn't want to make money. He wants to make Oscars. Like, that's what he wants to do. He wants to secure his legacy, and you already gave us Indiana Jones, and you gave us the best 2 Indiana Jones movies ever. You know, and the other 2 were like. I don't even know if there's others too. Yeah, people love all 3, but I mean, I'm just kind of like I like the first 2. I don't like the third one. I mean, it doesn't exist. It got too much of a joke of itself, you know? Should it reboot itself? Should it be rebooted? Yeah. So as far as rebooting Indiana Jones, I'm going to pass. Because as much as I love Chris Pratt and I want him to do every movie from now on, I think that doing Indiana Jones could actually be a step back. because of the fact that, again, it would have to be much more mature for me if you did that, I guess. So, I don't know. I'd rather see Chris Pratt do something that we're not expecting. Something very, I don't know. So just very classy.
Yeah, I think even though everybody would still all hate Nazis, but seeing Indiana Jones going back and killing Nazis, because that's what he does. He beats Nazis. I think if we bring him into today, who's he gonna fight against? Like,
you know what I want to see? I'd rather see Chris Pratt do like a Tarantino film. Like that's what I want.
That'd be awesome.
I want to see him do something that's out of his comfort.
Yeah, because I wouldn't see it. I can't see Chris Pratt in a Quentin Tarantino film. So that seems very out of character. I want to see Emma Watson in the Tarantino film.
Crazy.
What could she do? Okay, anyways, back to Chris Pratt. Indiana Jones. Should it be rebooted? I think that we need it. I don't think that anybody wants it. But I think we need it. I think we need it to be also slightly kid-friendly. I don't think that the edgy thing, because I don't think it's no longer for us.
It is owned by Disney now, so that's a good point.
So I think it's now for the new viewers, because we've been seeing so many edgy things that I think some kids need some stuff that is not just animated. So I think the Star Wars works well for kids too, even though it will be kind of edgy. It looks edgy. So I think that Indiana Jones would be perfect for this because Chris Pratt has the face. He has the face. He's cool with kids. Like, he's obviously a family kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like, it works. It works. But if you want to go for edgy, I think we gotta get Jared Leto in here, and he should be Indy.
His character from Dallas Buyers Club becoming an
There you go, because that is a beautiful disaster.
Oh my god, that was awesome. Everyone share this video because that was awesome right there. Okay,
moving on.
Take that, Jared Leto. Now number 7. Let's talk Spider-Man. Who do you think is going to be Spider-Man? Because now reports are coming out that's saying that Spider-Man will not be white. Like almost, this comes from just one reporter who works at actually Schmoes Knows. Like he that's where he announced it. Like he's claiming that Spider-Man 90% will not be white.
Yeah.
I don't believe his credibility, but do I believe that they're talking about not being a white Spider-Man? Yes, of course. So what do you think?
I think that it's going to be really weird. So it's going to be a weird transition. This is not about a racist kind of thing, but it is that I always see this character as a white person. I've seen Peter Parker as a white person. This is why they made Miles Morales not white. You know, it's like this is why they created Miles Morales to become a different, non-white Spider-Man. And then even then, 2099, he what is it, Michael O'Hara? He's obviously Hispanic as well. So he looks white in the comics, but look at his name. He's obviously Hispanic. So we have the African American Hispanic. Fused one, which is Miles Morales. Then we have the Hispanic one in the future. So it's like this exists. But for Peter Parker, look at his name. Parker doesn't sound like African. Well, does it sound like an African American last name? I don't even know. I can't even tell anymore. But the point is that Peter Parker has always been a white boy to me. He's been this always dorky white kid who's really into science and loves somebody who's out of his league, which is Mary Jane. So as long as you keep those aesthetics, I think it'll work.
And disclaimer, we're not talking about white people. We're talking about Peter Parker. This is a fictional character. We're not talking about real, actual race and anything like that.
Spider-Man is real.
So look, okay. So as far as, because there's two different things here. Do we want Peter Parker or do we want Miles Morales? Because clearly, if you do Miles Morales, the thing that makes Miles Morales is the fact that he is not white. So do I want to see a movie focusing on a racial kind of a thing? No. That's why I don't want Miles Morales. It's too distracting for me. Because although Superior Spider-Man is a very good Superior, right?
Superior was when
Spectacular. There's so many.
Spectacular when he's super young. When he's like.
What's Miles Morales?
Miles Morales is he is now.
Is it Ultimate or Final Ultimate? I think Spectacular.
I don't even know
anyway,
anymore.
too many stories. So the thing is that
Ultimate.
It is Ultimate. Okay, look, I'm all for not having an all-white Avengers an all-white superhero team like the Avengers. That's what I love about what DC is doing is that you have Cyborg, obviously not white. You have Aquaman, obviously not white. You better put Jon Stewart in, and he better not be white. That's what I want to see. Gal Gadot, not a white girl. So I'm all for diversity, and I love it. But the thing that I would prefer is if they just create a different character who happens to be black, who happens to be Mexican, who happens to be a mix, whatever. Instead of changing, the stories of, like, Andrew Garfield wanted to make MJ a black guy.
Yeah.
They didn't do the race. It has to do more with the gender. Like, I don't want to see MJ as a guy. I want to see MJ as a girl.
And his name better be Mary.
Yeah. if you want to create a gay interest for Spider-Man, sure, do it. But I don't want to see MJ changing. I want to see a different person. Create someone new. Because that to me is a cop out.
Yes.
You know,
I agree with that.
Instead of making black Batman has to be black, so we're gonna make him Black Batman. You know, no, just make a different character that happens to be black, like Azrael, and make him the front character.
See, like even in Superior Spider-Man, right there, Doc Ock like drops Mary Jane. Sorry guys, if you guys haven't read it, you should read it. You should be done with it. Read Superior Spider-Man. It's awesome. Okay, so Doc Ock takes over Peter Parker's brain and all that stuff, and he drops MJ, and then he gets with this new person because I guess it wants to introduce somebody else. New person, and this person's a dwarf. You know, and
interesting.
Yeah, and he's just in love with her. I remember. I think she is of Asian descent. I really don't remember. But it's just, you know, it's okay to like someone else. Period. Make someone else for this. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me that I'm staring at the comics too much. Like, I don't care about race. I didn't even pay attention to Avengers being this diverse, not diverse thing, and I didn't pay attention to DC being a diverse thing. Like, for me, I've just watched these movies. I hope the movies are good. I hope the casting works. So this one, I don't care if it's an African American. I don't care, but the thing is that I don't want that to be the focal point of my movies.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they keep doing that. They already made a character, which was obviously Superior Spider-Man, which is Miles Morales, to be the African American Hispanic one. So if you want to create it, Spider-Man, make him that. Make him that. Okay, make him Miles Morales, because you have it there at your disposal. Use it. Don't just say Peter Parker, because people still be confused of this person. This wasn't that Tobey Maguire guy, or wasn't it the Andrew Garfield guy? It's like, don't confuse it like that. It's cool. Make Miles Morales. I think it's time for that. I think Peter Parker should make a cameo at one point. But you know, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I'll just say that I would like to see Peter Parker come back, but does he have to be white? I really don't care.
See, that's the other thing too. It's like I don't even pay attention to these things so much that I didn't even pay attention to that. That is like, oh look, Human Torch is now African American.
Right? Yeah. I don't really care. Like, you know what? The reason we're talking about it is because it's just like I hate the fact that this reporter came out and said that Spider-Man is not going to be white. Why is that news? That is not news. Then tell me something that Venom is going to be in the movie. That is news. I don't really care who plays him. Get Donald Glover to be Peter Parker. I don't really care. He's a good actor, so whatever. Just get someone good. That's the more important thing.
It's not even news. Like, people like GBD puts up this news.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, that's our 2 cents on it. So let us know your opinion. Yeah, it's more of a rant. Exactly, precisely. So now, Hugh Jackman has just made a comment. He claims that he would like to play Wolverine until he dies. Says that he was inspired by Birdman, and also says that he just wants to keep advancing every time he wants to play the character. He wants to be more physically fit than the last one, which for some reason he is able to do, which a lot of people are able to do. So he wants to just continue this role. What do you think about Jackman playing Wolverine until he dies, quote unquote?
I like this. I think it's great. Somebody needs to watch him. Okay, somebody pay attention to Hugh Jackman, because I think it was Sylvester Stallone, when he was training for Rocky Balboa in Part 2, as Rocky, obviously, in Part 2, he reached, like, the fat in his body was, like, at 2% or something, and he was, like, about to pass out, because you need fat in your body. So somebody pay attention to Hugh Jackman, because that guy is getting super buff, like, buffer and buffer. It's just, I'm scared for his health. But as for him doing this, it's awesome. It fits him. He was practically nobody when he just started as Wolverine. He completely, like, emerged and became Wolverine. Yeah. I love him. It works nicely. I still want him to slouch a bit, you know, just crouch and be pissed off. Yeah. I want him to have a cigar and a cowboy hat. So
I just want to see the outfit, man. Like, I've been waiting to see that actual orange Wolverine outfit. Like, that's what I want to see.
With the old man Logan, and then he'll like show it, and then he just dies.
Oh, that'd be crazy. I mean, I don't know. I want to see, if anyone's gonna play Wolverine, it should be Jackman, of course. Especially because now you can do old man Logan going forward. Because I don't want to see another Wolverine. It's crazy how, you know, that just changes, right? But anyway, question is, do we want to see more Wolverine?
I think that he should stop making those Wolverine movies. Yeah. I think he should stay in X-Men.
Yeah.
Just be a part of the X-Men. Because those Wolverine movies, like, even though the Wolverine came out and that was way better than X-Men Origins Wolverine, I still didn't care. still didn't care for it.
Yeah, those movies are terrible. Like they just really are. I want to stop seeing Wolverine in these movies. Like I wish I loved Jackman coming back to play them, and I probably would regret that if he's not in Apocalypse. I'm getting tired of it. I guess it's probably because these spin-off Wolverine movies are just really bad to me. So maybe that's why.
And maybe that was a play on words, and he's saying, I want to be Wolverine until I die, and I just want him to say until Wolverine dies. So it's already talking about the death of Wolverine.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that comment just happened, right? So that'd be pretty cool. Let's go through this one quickly because we already ranted on this. Gilroy's comments on superhero movies at the ISA, the Indie Spirit Awards, I believe it is.
Yeah, that's what it's
and James Gunn's retort on it.
Yeah. Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I like what James Gunn said here. I do believe that everybody kind of sees these popcorn films as just simply that. Like, James Gunn said that he puts passion. He puts as much passion as he can. He puts completely himself all in this. And James Gunn is the person to say this because Guardians of the Galaxy was from him. Okay, nobody knew who these characters were. He twisted it and created his own little weird world. Yeah. Like, yes, like these characters existed at one point, but the thing is that this story was obviously his. Yes. And now he's working on Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which is even being a bit further from the comics even. And so he puts himself in this thing. James Gunn is just awesome. And so he was the right person to say this because this guy pretty much just bagged on superhero films.
Yeah, so he said, the quote was something along these lines of that the indies survived that tidal wave of superhero movies.
Yeah, okay, yes, I love indie films, especially this guy, Gilroy, is actually the director of Nightcrawler, which was one of my favorite films, period, actually, because that movie is disturbing. I really liked it. I'm really weird into movies. Like, I like Seven a lot. Nobody watches that because it's disturbing, but Nightcrawler was awesome. This weird character piece. Also, I rewatched Requiem for a Dream like 3 days ago, and why am I watching that again? Why is anybody watching that? I saw Antichrist. People even watch that movie? Nobody should. Oh, but anyways, so I just it hurt. It hurt. Like, it sucks that people are just back on this because you can see the passion in this. Yes, they have the money to do this. Yes, that's cool. But the thing is that you put yourself into this. How much people sweat and how many tears and pain goes to making these movies. Come on, Joss Whedon has to stop. He's gonna stop after Age of Ultron because it took so much. It's just passion is there, passion and effort. Like, don't bag on it.
No, I know it sounds very. It's just like can you be more jealous? Like it's just what I got from it. Like indie films are awesome. Mm-hmm. Like indie films can be very very awesome. I'm trying to think of my favorite right now. All right, I can't really think of it right now, but. There's a lot, but there's a lot of really bad indies as well. Just because someone makes it from the ground up doesn't mean it's going to be good, So, Clerks is actually a good one, but it's just, you saw what Kevin Smith did, right? Like, number 10, Avengers posters just got released. We got 3 posters. About a few days ago, we got the Avengers poster with all of them grouped together. And then yesterday, Robert Downey Jr. tweeted out his Iron Man poster. We'll talk about his announcement in just in a second. And then Mark Ruffalo tweeted out his Hulk poster.
Yeah. So these posters, I think I like the Comic-Con posters better because you could actually see everybody moving. One of my big things was Pietro, what's his name, Quicksilver. Mm-hmm. Actually, running through. Pietro Maximoff. Yeah. He's running through. I thought that was fucking cool. Like, you could see him just being there. The Vision obviously just flying in the distance because he likes to be in the distance. Nobody could ever get close to him, I guess. I don't know. But, so I thought it was cool. I like it. I like that they even included the Vision in there. It was very simple, though. It was just very simple. Not much I could say about it. It kind of reminds me of the first Avengers cover for the Blu-ray.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. If you notice, it's a little too digital for me, but I guess what else can you do with this? If you saw the I think it was in China, the Chinese poster, they actually have Iron Man in front of Captain America rather than this one is Captain America in front.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that one poster we saw of the Vision's face, up close. I want to see a high-res picture of that. Mm-hmm. So as far as the art goes, it's really lazy to me. It looks exactly the same artwork from Avengers 1. I will say the Comic-Con poster, though, the one that was like 6 pieces, was dope as heck.
That was really cool.
But this one is just the same thing as the other Avengers, so boring. However, Robert Downey Jr. underneath captioned it with a big announcement in 8 days, which is March 5th, it's a Thursday. What are your thoughts on what that could be?
See, that could be a lot of things. Okay, so speculation could be the next Iron Man film. Okay, which
That's probably the first one, right? It's Iron Man 4.
Yeah, that's what people will think. But if you remember the comments for him when they pretty much his contract ended, was that when he renewed it, it was just that he said teams is where it's all at. Okay, so I don't see him being there. I don't see him making another solo film. And also, what would it fit in Slate? This slate is so huge, and by the time the other one comes out, he's going to be 80 years old. Like, it's just, it's too much. So, unless, I really don't know. I can't think of anything other than him being in Guardians of the Galaxy. Which
I don't know.
I also I can't see it happening, at least not this soon.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to, just because I'm remembering James Gunn's comments actually, where he said that the Guardians is kind of their own thing. You know, they're supposed to be in that galaxy for a reason. You know, like although they are connected, because when he was asked, "Are the Guardians going to come in Avengers?" he said pretty much no, most likely no, because he wants to keep them kind of separate. It's his universe, his galaxy that he wants to play with. So I don't think that it's gonna be Iron Man and Guardians of the Galaxy, although it'd be dope, you know. Eventually, when they reboot this Marvel universe, I'm sure he will be.
Well, he is in the comics. Well, I guess I should stop saying that because there's a lot of stuff happening in the comics.
Yes.
Iron Man does go up there with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I could see Iron Man leaving, especially after post Civil War stuff.
Yeah, and he would fit nicely into the Guardians world because it's very
him
very
arguing
edgy
Rocket.
humor. Yeah, it'd be really cool. But I think that it would take way too much away from Guardians. Although Guardians is a really big phenomenon right now, we don't know the potential of this. And we could have Guardians 4. Like, I want to see where this goes before we bring in a big name like Robert Downey Jr. I think that could be a saving grace for them. You know, if Guardians happens to fall down a little bit, then bring in Robert Downey Jr.
What would you think it is? What did you think?
Oh, what I think it is?
Yeah. Big announcement.
You know what? I was thinking that it was going to be something as far as the movie's concerned, but now that I'm rethinking it, I'm thinking it's just more of a marketing ploy. I think it's going to be like, Avengers Gang, or it's going to be Avengers
Land.
Tickets. You know, here you can pre-order them now. I think it's going to be something along marketing.
I don't think of that.
You know, something to do with advertising. Maybe it could be something where like Vision's confirmed for Civil War or something. I don't know, or something to do with Ant-Man. I think it's going to be more of a marketing ploy rather than something to do with the MCU, you know? Because, I don't know, we're right around the corner of the movie. I just wanted to release already. I'm kind of tired of all the news just pouring out, it's too much. So we'll see, with that. Now, to wrap this up pretty quickly, we have 2 last topics. Let's talk about this Power Rangers fan film that is taking the internet by storm, pretty much.
Yeah, so I saw this. I remember I was up at like 3 in the morning because I'm a loser. I have nothing to do. So I browsed the internet and I just stumbled upon this. And I was like, wow, this thing is interesting. I watch a lot of short films, but I don't necessarily watch a lot of fan films.
Right.
So I thought this was cool. I saw it. I actually really enjoyed it. There's a lot of little issues I had with it because a lot of like kind of like a student film type of thing. But I liked it. If you guys know this producer, he actually makes a lot of little fan films. Like he made one for The Punisher called Dirty Laundry. Awesome. Loved it. He made one for Venom. That was interesting. Didn't like it as much. And he made one for Dredd. He made pretty much a sequel to Judge Dredd from the remake film. That one was longer. And then I saw this one, and I really liked it. I really liked the take on this new Power Rangers. It kind of grew up with me. What reminded me of was Toy Story. Strange to say that, but with Toy Story was that when I saw that in theaters, I was a kid. Then I saw part 2, and it's kind of growing up kid. And then I saw part 3. This kid is growing up with me. That's happening. So Power Rangers with this Power/Rangers. I felt that too. It's like, this grew up with me. Okay, they are like the age that they should be right now, just like me. They grew up with me, but in the future, of course, and it touched up on a lot of things that I liked. So I'm for this. I like it. It being taken down, though, like they're trying to take it down, That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. I guess I'll let you start off with that.
Yeah, as far as the fan film goes itself, I thought it was okay. My biggest problem with it was the overuse of CGI and stuff, which, you know what, to be fair, it's expected. Right? The Megazords look better than the ones on the actual show. You know, however, did they stand out very much? Yeah, they did. It looked like how the Transformers looked, you know. Very cool concept, you know, it's cool. I love the edge and humor of this fan film though, like the Black Ranger like doing cocaine and stuff like that. Yep. And he was like a weird kind of what's his name, like Billy Blank's kind of a trainer and stuff. Like he's making his own workout videos and stuff. It makes sense. It reminded me a lot of like the opening from Mortal Kombat, you know, like where Johnny Cage's the superstar. Yep. Anyway, and
then it turns to the raid. When he goes to
then he's like doing missions still, and he's like killing all these guys and stuff. It was cool, but my problem as far as the film itself goes is that it was very student kind of fan film. It wasn't like a professional fan film. It was more obviously a student film, which is fine because that's what they're supposed to be, right? So is it the best fan film I've seen? No, I think still the best one I've seen is probably the season 1 of Mortal Kombat Legacy. I still think that's really dope.
It was cool.
So anyway, as far as the film goes, those are my thoughts on it. Obviously, the whole like Vanderbleek in the camera's face like this, touching the wall. Like guess what? We can do this on iMovie, so we better do this all over the movie. It was ridiculous. I hated that. I couldn't get past that. But other than that, it was whatever. It was cool. Now Saban trying to take it down from Vimeo and all this kind of stuff is disgusting.
That sucks.
It is just poor business, but it's expected. Like, what do you expect? That's how things are. Like, we see that Nintendo's trying to crack down their 50-cent bubblegum, whip on YouTube because they can't afford to make money anymore. So we're gonna crack down on all these other guys who are trying to make videos of our stuff. We're gonna crack. We want some of that money too. Like, I know you guys are desperate. Nintendo's desperate. I know Saban is desperate because Power Rangers is dying. But you're impeding art. That is not disputable. It is under fair use. Will this actually work? Probably not. That's what I'm saying. Because as someone who has studied law and stuff, will they retain the rights to hit that video up? Probably not. But that's the problem with this. My problem is not with the legalities of it. My problem is with Saban going out of their way to take it down. Like if it was the state of Texas, wherever this was filmed, and saying, hey, we need to take this down because you can't do this. Whatever. Like I'm not going to dispute it. But Saban going out of the way and saying, no, we don't want this up there because people can see it and people will enjoy it. We want to put out really crappy television for kids that is rotting their minds because they don't know how to make good Power Rangers anymore. And I stand by the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The first season was good. I watched the movies in theaters because the first one was good.
I remember that.
Yeah. So, just because you can't make
was good... the Ooze one?
Yeah, the purple
yeah, stuff. That.
Yeah, what a weird movie. But you know what? It was good. It was dark and it was good. So, they're just jealous. They're just jealous that they cannot put out a movie like this that probably cost them a fraction of it. And the worst thing about it, while I'm going off this rant, is because Joseph Kahn, I think that's his name, right? He did this he's doing this for free.
Yep.
He's not making a cent.
He throws all his money and he just puts it up on YouTube. And yeah, I like that. And you can see the passion in him too. You can see that he actually cares about these properties and he makes them. Just like I said, okay, he made Dirty Laundry. He actually paid, I forgot his name already, but Punisher to come back and actually portray Punisher. Then he did Dread. Then he did Venom. That was so cool. He does throw his money onto the CGI. Obviously, he went crazy with this one, with the CGI. Yeah. And obviously, he got people who actually do stunts, because that was crazy. And then, he's doing it for free. So it is a problem for me, because that's how I started my film stuff. I started making music videos for bands that I like. Just some stuff didn't have music videos, so I decided to make my interpretation of the song, whatever it is, and I just put a small story into it, film it, throw it up on YouTube. It's just, I don't care. I wasn't trying to steal people's music or anything like that. What I was doing is I was just trying to make some visuals that'd be nice while you listen to this music. It's fucking free advertisement. It's like, why are you getting get pissed off? So it sucks. Like, if my videos are still up there, I don't even know, because I don't even look for them, because I'm embarrassed by my old creations. Then, it's cool that it's out there. It exists. Somebody had passion and wanted to create these things.
If one person watches it, if one person enjoys it and happens to be inspired to do their own fan film, Good. Mission
And
accomplished.
this one inspired a lot of people because a lot of people shared this thing. This thing.
Yeah, I hope
over
that
the
he retains the right to do it. And more importantly, if I was him, I would, go through the works. Maybe you can be the start of this flame that will get this fair use actually what it's supposed to be. Maybe more creators can do this because, again, I'm not satisfied with fan films. I don't think they're that good. But why? Because people are so afraid to do them because they don't want to have that backlash. And that is impeding art. And when you're impeding art, you're wrong. You're always going to be wrong. So that's my rant. That's our rant.
That's a good rant.
Last topic, real quick, before we move on. Before we wrap this up, is Tomb Raider supposed to get a reboot? They just got that TMNT screenwriter. Real quick, do you want a Tomb Raider reboot?
It's gonna happen no matter what. I don't care for it. I don't want it to happen. And then now just jumping up into TMNT screenwriter. I didn't like TMNT. Stop. Can you please just stop?
And again, he's writing a surgeon, right? So.
Yeah, I don't care for this. Yeah. I don't want it to happen. I thought that you wanted to make a good Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, the first Tomb Raider movies were really, really bad. I don't know. Some people are fans of the Angelina Jolie ones, I'm sure, but I thought they were really, really corny. However,
something I want to bring up.
The Tomb Raider games that have been rebooted are really dope, And I'm actually a fan of the PlayStation Tomb Raiders, but these ones are really good as well because they're very dark, obviously. So I'm okay with it if you get Jennifer Lawrence to do Tomb Raider.
I like it. That'll work.
I know it's a little bit too kind of obvious because the Hunger Games is pretty much a Tomb Raider kind of kind of a thing, but good, do that. I want it to be obvious. I want it to be Jennifer, literally Katniss Everdeen as Tomb Raider. That's
something that somebody's been saying. It's like if it's the obvious choice, it just expresses so much that it is the good choice.
It's a safe choice. Good. That's what you need. You need a safe choice, and it could be it's franchisable at that point. You know? So whoever has the rights to it, put down the money, get Jennifer Lawrence. If you don't get Jennifer Lawrence, don't do it. That's it.
Yeah, we already tried once with Angelina Jolie. It didn't go very well.
No, not anymore. So those are our thoughts on these films, guys. Some of these controversial, some of these are kind of crazy and stuff, but that's good. Hopefully, we get more of these kind of topics over the week. So I'm excited. I make sure if you guys like this video that you share it with your friends. That way you can just create this conversation, have this conversation with us as well. Let us know these topics that you want us to be covering. So everything film and everything that's kind of being updated on a weekly basis, you're already in the right place. Goodbye, Dudley.